For our only hope is falling in love with who we are and what we wanna do. Is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be me? Well, something's gotta happen or we'll be on our
I just started making music, was really fascinated by it. I started with guitar and stuff, making sounds on the computer and starting recording stuff and saw the endless possibilities. And then it just came naturally, you know. I just enjoyed doing it and wanted to do something I enjoy with my life. So it's all natural, I just started doing that and kept going.
I started playing piano when I was 8 years old. My parents made me learn piano. But then, you know, when I was 14, I was becoming a teenager. I didn't want to do piano lessons anymore. I wanted to play guitar, electric guitar, and I started a rock band where I was singing as well. And it was just always a passion, a hobby I was doing on the side. But I never really thought I would do that, you know, professionally. But then, you know, you keep doing it better and better and better, and you keep enjoying it more and more. And eventually it gets to the point where we're like, okay, maybe this is my thing. Maybe this is what I'm going to do. 15 years later, we're here, touring the world and playing big shows and having millions of people listening to music online. I mean, if I was going back to when I was 14 years old and I was starting my first rock band, if I was to explain that to myself, I would be like, are you crazy? Is that real? Is it really going to happen like this?
Yeah.
It's not like one day you wake up and you're like, all right, I'm in love. It's more, you know, you do things and you like it more and more and it becomes your thing and your passion. And yeah I think it's something that grows.
Yeah, something that grows. It's not like there's no breaking point. It's just an ongoing process. When we die, there will be our music, and that's the reflection of who we were. So I guess that's what is music. It's just lots of feelings. It can be anger, it can be love, it can be sadness, it can be joy. Depends on how we feel, and then we just write it down.
Having beautiful paintings and having great movies and having music to listen to when you walk down the street is what makes like coloring life, like it's making it more interesting and more exciting. So I'm happy that I can participate to that process and help make the world more colorful and have people walk around, listen to my music and feel emotions. So that's the most important part for me.
About it every night.
So I saw a video of Raphael on YouTube. He was doing mashups of Belgian songs, and he was using sounds of objects and other stuff, recording sounds of objects, that kind of stuff. I was doing it as well, so I thought it was very interesting, and he had a very beautiful voice. So I never worked with any vocalist before that, so I don't know, I thought it was interesting maybe to hit him up.
My grandma has this little house in the countryside in Belgium, like in the middle of nowhere. It's a really beautiful place. And so the two of us, we went there for 4 or 5 days and just made music all day for 4 or 5 days. And we made a few songs, not finished, but the one first finished song we made that week was On Our Knees. So that's when, you know, we posted that song. We just posted it online with a cheap video that we made with a friend. And we didn't expect anything. We're just like happy that we made this song, and we just like put it out. And if it did 10,000 views, I would have been happy, you know.
Yeah, and it did way more.
So we never expected that it would be so popular around the world. It's crazy. But yeah, so because we enjoyed making music together and that it was successful, we decided to keep collaborating.
It's also because we enjoyed doing music and we were proud of it. It's not about the views, because all the other songs we're making now don't make as much views as On Our Knees, not at all. So, and it's fine, you know, we just keep it up and yes, until we're satisfied.
But in a way, the fact that On Our Knees was so successful gave us a lot of opportunity, and that one song would completely change our lives because, I mean, so many things would have happened differently.
Yeah.
we would never have be here right now and play and go on tour the world and stuff like that. So
it would be different.
we'd probably collaborate in other ways, and maybe we would make another song that we never made that would be even more successful.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's like
Maybe we would be touring America right now, you know, who knows? But that's one song kind of changed everything for us, and very emotional song, and I think it touches people's soul. And it's a mix between that, you know, acoustic and vocal harmonies that you find in a lot of musical culture, even here, around here, like a lot of like singing with harmonies and stuff. But then it's mixed with the much more modern, fresh sound of like beats and synths. So it's got that as well. Plus the message in the lyrics, I guess, you know, it touched people as well, you know. This kind of, there's not like one specific explanation for the story. I like to write lyrics that can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, but there's definitely two main ways to interpret it, and the biggest one is like love, like, and I can burn you inside and stuff like that. But the other one is about the world and society, and like feel it in your bones, the need for something more, and it's like the more and more you wait, it's burning you. For the next 2 years, we were both doing our solo projects. I released my solo album, went on tour, but whenever we had some free time, we'd get together, we'd go back to the cabin in the woods and make some more music. And then eventually we had an EP ready, so we were like, okay, maybe we can release the EP. And we played our first show, it was at the end of November 2017, 1.5 years ago, so it was in Hunisi actually, it was our first show together. And it went also great that we were like, okay, we should do something, like we should do an album together, go traveling, try and go to the places where people listen to our music the most. And then that's how we came up with the idea of Project 10.
Raph got the idea because we had the chance to play at Sziget Festival in Hungary.
In Hungary, Sziget Festival is really
and
big
it was very, very fun. We had lots of fun, and we thought that would be interesting to have this project of spending 1 month in each country and write one song in that country, which is a pretty crazy project to start with. But then the more we thought about it, the more it grew, and
it was an exciting idea. Well, it came from several things as well. Like, one is that we saw online that we had a lot of people listening to our music in different countries. So we were like, okay, we need to go to these countries and meet these people and play shows there. Then we also wanted to keep working together and make an album together. And also we were at a time in our lives where we really wanted to go traveling and experience and do something fun. So all these three things put together, like, that's how this project came, because that's all of these three things together. It's traveling, touring, and making an album.
So we saw in Poland, Romania, Georgia, all those countries that we have a lot of views. So we thought it's a strategic idea to go there and to meet the people and play shows. And then there's the other part, which is more exotic. So it was Japan, Colombia, Australia, those stuff. It was more for us because we wanted to explore other countries, have other colors in the album as well. Still touring, and the album is called 10. And defending the album now because it just went out 1 month ago, so it's an ongoing process. We haven't really had the time to actually finish it, but the actual project of doing the album is finished. We won't do again 10 countries, 10 songs, because it's a whole unique concept.
Yeah, it's
a once in a lifetime thing.
And it was an amazing experience to do, but it's also very hard, very tiring, and I think we loved the experience and we're so happy we did it, but doing it again would be maybe too much.
Too much, for sure.
Yeah. You know, last year we came to Yerevan for the very first time for the Sommet de la Francophonie that was held just in front of the opera, and we played there a small performance, and some locals saw us perform, and they asked us if we wanted to come and play in the club in the basement the next day. So we organized this really like last minute. It wasn't planned, and so many people came, and we had a really good time. So we decided that we needed to come back to Armenia.
We were playing some days ago in Tbilisi, so it was all natural to come back because Yerevan is kind of close. So yeah, Nice carpets, by the way. I feel like people are very interested and they listen a lot to during the show. Like they're very intense and like
emotional.
they listen. Yeah, emotional.
It's emotional. It's like there's an emotional connection with the audience here that we don't have in many places, and that's really special for us. Like it gives us so much energy during the show to give back and do a good performance. Countries like England, France, they have so many artists for so many years playing all the time. They're so used to have a lot of music that they don't really care anymore. While here, there's fewer artists coming here to perform. It's very rare, so it's a special occasion, and you feel that people are very excited that it's happening. A big name that we know from Armenian culture. Of course, there's
System of a Down.
System of a Down.
We grew up also listening to them.
Yeah,
it's so good.
So good. Even when I listen back now, we're listening a lot when we're teenagers, like in rock bands and stuff. But even today, when I listen back to it, I'm like, wow, that was amazing.
It's not exactly typical Armenian music at all. It's more like metal and stuff. But they're so special, and I think it's because they are Armenians that they have a relation to the music very special, like very poetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then of course there's the wine. In Armenia, we know you make really, really good wine, and you were in a region in the world here around where it all started, and you were amongst the very first ones to make wine, which is pretty cool.
What do we know else? Carpets. Now we know about carpets.
We know a little bit about carpets, yes. And I mean, we don't know specific things, but we spent a few days here in Yerevan. We walked around the whole center. We went to see the temples. Garni Temple, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're starting to get to know a bit the Armenian people and the city, and yeah, and we really like it.
Well, we're still working on the side on our specific projects, because we're two very different projects. I'm doing electronic music, more like dancey stuff, I guess. But when we have time, we want to do our solo projects, you know. We want to do an album, like a proper vision of what he wants for his music. And I want exactly the same. I want to work on my music and shape it and, yeah, release a new EP album, maybe go to the US. Yeah, so that's the plans for the solo parts. But of course, we're gonna still be collaborating. It's still the beginning of that tour, the 10 thing. The album just went out last month, so now we have to defend it and spend time on. Yeah.
I will start writing some solo songs again. I'm producing songs for a few people, and I'm also composing the music for documentaries this summer. So I've got a few projects on the side that we'll be working on the next few months, and then after that, though, we'll see. We'll still have a lot of time to spend on this project, on the tours. It's going to be really busy with R.O and Konoba, but the small spaces we have in between, then we'll use to do some more creative stuff.
We don't like expectation. I guess we just do stuff, and then it happens. And if it pleases people, we're happy. But yeah, we're gonna make more music and tour, keep touring, and yeah, expand the fan base.
Yeah, basically. Keep improving. We're always working to improve. Like we're never satisfied with what we have. So the live show, for example, every time we go home, we're like, okay, what can we improve? Can we add some new songs, some remix? Can we work on the lights, on the sound? So we're going to keep improving the show. And when we come back to Armenia, maybe next year, you will see the show will be even bigger and with new songs and new things like that. So you can expect us to keep improving, I think. Really loved seeing you at the show and feeling all the love you gave us when we were on stage, and we really can't wait to come back and to play here again, so thank you so much.